And, I go around the country to help the American people to dig deep into this. Most people don't reflect deeply on the death penalty. We're an activist community, and thank God, the death penalty doesn't touch most of us as a deeply personal moral issue because we don't have to deal with it. Most people don't. So the reflection's not deep. So what I do is not to go and make a speech and try to persuade people. You say you're Christian, this is what Jesus would want us to do, and preach at people. But simply what you do, and this is why Tim Robbins calls this art, because he takes you over to both sides of the suffering and just takes you there so that then you take it and reflect. Our culture says choose one side or the other. If you're against executions, then you must be against the victim's family. If you're for the victim's family, then you must be for the execution. As one of the victim's families said that I tell you in Dead Man Walking, Lloyd LeBlanc, he said, "Sister, everybody was saying to me, Lloyd, they killed your son. You gotta be for the execution, or it'll look like you didn't love your boy. This is the ultimate punishment. You had the ultimate loss. You're not going to go for the ultimate punishment? What's wrong with you?" He said, people see forgiveness as weak. And the gospel of Jesus is, where is Jesus when Matthew Poncelet's executed? He's with everybody, is he not? He's with the mama who's at home with her boys while their brother and her son's executed. He's with the victim's family who has lost their loved ones in the most terrible way. He's with the guards who are doing their job that night. I get to know them. I tell the story of one of them in Dead Man Walking, how he, after 5 executions, he couldn't do it anymore and he quit because he said they're defenseless. And you're taking a defenseless man and you're killing him. You're justified, you know it's legal, you know the Supreme Court said it's all right. But in my gut, he said, I know I'm helping to kill somebody who we've rendered defenseless. And I know their crimes because he was a supervisor on death row. He said, I know what every one of these guys did. Some of the murders they did are unspeakable. But then when you're close to it like that, and you got to take somebody out of their cell and take them and kill them. And they tell us, you know, they have everybody meet with us. You're just doing your job. It's not, this is what the people want. Supreme Court said it's okay. They had a jury trial, the whole bit. But finally it boils down to the fact that they're defenseless. And in this book, The Death of Innocence, I talk about a dialogue that I got to have with Pope John Paul. And that was my question to the Pope. And I said, does the Catholic Church only uphold the dignity of innocent life? And I get it about upholding the dignity of innocent life, unborn children, people with Alzheimer's. But when I'm walking with a man to execution, and the first one was Pat Saunier, and he's chained and the guards all around him, and he says, Sister, just pray God holds up my legs. And I said to the Pope, I said, Your Holiness, do we just uphold the dignity of the innocent? What about the guilty? And where is the dignity in this death? Do we have to execute him? And when you render someone defenseless and take them out and kill them, where's the dignity in that? And that was a question. And the response, Pope John Paul actually changed the Catholic Catechism and helped move us to be pro-life Catholics, not just for innocent life. But when he was in St. Louis, he said no to abortion, no to euthanasia, no to physician-assisted suicide, and no to the death penalty, which is cruel and unnecessary.